The sky is crying.
Hey guys, I haven't done this in a while, but I'm going to be doing Netflix recommendations. I'm going to recommend you good movies that I have personally watched and I have really enjoyed on the Netflix. So then you don't have to waste time and oxygen that you're breathing looking around through these excuse the language, these boring movies, and you're like, oh, why did I ever decide to watch this movie? So I'm going to spare you that trouble and give you a couple recommendations of movies that you guys should be watching on Netflix. First one's a horror movie. This movie is called The Conspiracy. This movie came out in 2012. I believe it is an indie film. I'm not too sure. I'm sorry. This movie is an indie film. I'm not too sure. It came out in 2012 and it stars Aaron Paul as Aaron. Oh, big surprise. And James Gilbert as Jim. Not very creative with the characters' names here, but who cares? Now this movie is kind of like a horror movie, and as the title basically says, The Conspiracy. These guys go on an investigation, and it's a found footage film, so they go on an investigation to kind of find this conspiracy that this crazy man, or so-called crazy man, has been babbling out about on the streets. This man goes missing, and they're like, yo, bro, what happened to this guy? Let's figure it out. They take his stuff, and they kind of try and piece together this conspiracy that he was trying to make, and that's kind of just the whole movie. They try and figure out this conspiracy, blah, blah, blah. They find people. So yeah, that's what it is. I wouldn't consider it a horror movie. It is a horror movie, I'm sorry. It is a horror movie, but it's not as scary as maybe one would want it to be. But I really did enjoy it. It was something different, taken in a different perspective. It was more of kind of like piecing together different types of things. It was kind of like a Clue type movie, like an investigation movie. And it certainly kept me into the movie, it kept me curious because, you know, conspiracies, like I'll give you, it's not a spoiler, but the big thing about this movie is this organization that they believe is trying to, you know, is controlling the world, basically. These rich men that are controlling the world. So yeah, that's interesting to watch. I am gonna say that this movie might not appeal to everybody, but I'm gonna give it a B- because I did enjoy it, but there are some things that are lacking and maybe some people would not like. I would recommend watching it. It's not that long, it's like an hour and a half, so if you guys ended up not liking it, as long, at least it's not like 3 hours like Transformers and you're like, shit, I just watched the same thing again for the 4th time. Oh God, Michael Bay, why? So yeah, it's an hour and a half. It's a good investigative movie, horror movie. There's definitely a lot of spots where I was like, oh man, I gotta close, no, can't watch this. So, you know, you'll definitely get your scare moments in there. So yeah, that's one movie I recommend watching. Now I have 2 more movies I want to recommend. One of them is End of Watch, and I've seen this movie 3 or 4 times, and I love this movie. This movie stars Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Peña. This movie is about 2 cops who are trying to investigate gang activity, drug activity in the neighborhood or whatever that they're assigned to, and they end up getting into some pretty deep trouble, you know what I'm saying? And you know, stuff goes down, you know, when cops are snooping around, people don't like that, okay? They just don't like it. But, well, in this case I do, because the movie was very satisfying. I'm gonna say that this movie was really, really great. I'm gonna give this movie an A+ because I just loved it. The humor was so good. These characters, these actors worked off each other so well. It was just, you were very emotionally attached and invested in these characters and in the plot and what's going on. It was definitely an original movie, something I haven't seen before. And you know, every step of the way you kind of felt, ooh, something's gonna happen. Ooh, something's gonna happen. Oh Lord, help me when something happens. And when it happens, you're like, oh, that hit me right in the corazón right here. And oh my God, when, you know, of course, the big finale starts unveiling, your heart is pounding, and you're like, go over there, man, go over there, try and save him, blah, 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 blah. You get really into it. Trust me, you're gonna love this movie if you love action movies. And even I was scared at times, to be honest. You know, some of the stuff in this movie is a little graphic and a little horrifying, but it was so real. It wasn't like cartoony or like stupid graphic. It was honest graphic. Like, this stuff really does happen, and they portrayed it very well to kind of get you a little bit scared of, like, you know, the outside world and what it does. So I guess what I'm trying to tell you is you should stay home and never go outside. No, just kidding. Go outside and enjoy your life. But I'm just saying, no, stuff like that happens, and you should be aware of it. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed this movie. It's kind of long. It's 2 hours, but trust me, you are into it the whole movie, and you guys will enjoy it. That's an action movie, just by the way. So this last movie I'm going to talk about is an indie movie. Don't remember when it came out. I think it was 2012. I don't remember. This movie is called The Details. This movie stars Spider-Man? Just kidding. Tobey Maguire, who was Spider-Man in Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. I really haven't seen Tobey Maguire act in anything besides The Great Gatsby and Spider-Man. So this was an interesting movie, and I was interested to see how he would act. And I gotta say, this movie is dry humor, dramatic, and other stuff. I don't know the words of the other stuff, but I'm gonna let you know that it was pretty funny. Yeah, I'm starting my one with my pinky now. It's pretty funny, and it was dramatic, but the dry humor just got to me. This was a really, really good movie, and it's all based off of Tobey Maguire's family and wife are perfect, but you can tell there's something going on. There's tension between the wife and the husband. They put on this new grass, and raccoons start like gnawing at it or something, and they always mess up the grass. So the whole movie is basically based off of, I'm gonna kill this raccoon, and because I'm gonna kill this raccoon, stuff happens. At least it's a chain reaction to a bunch of things, and then people get pregnant. There's people cheating on each other, and blah blah blah. It goes crazy. We get bows and arrows and stuff. Trust me, it's really original, and I honestly did not expect how this movie was gonna end or where it was gonna go, but I was so into it the whole time, and there was moments where it was like, laugh, haha, lol, laughing out loud. I really did laugh during this movie, and I was just really into it the whole time. I gotta say, Tobey Maguire he's a pretty good actor. Is he the best actor in the world, and can he handle big time movies? I'm not sure. I wouldn't think so. But for the purposes of this movie, amazing actor. You know, he was just good. Real good movie. Really funny, dramatic, and it just made you kind of think twice and kind of make you think about enjoying life a little bit more and kind of appreciating the little things in life a little bit more. So yeah, those are my 3 movies that I recommend to you guys. These movies are on Netflix, so if you have Netflix, go ahead and watch them. These are all really good movies that I would recommend. And trust me, I've seen a lot of bad movies on Netflix, and I hate having to watch bad movies and be like, yo, I just wasted 2 hours of my life. So I'm saving you that trouble. Again, the 3 movies are The Conspiracy, End of Watch, and The Details. So there you go. Thank you guys, and have a great, great, great day. Frosted Flakes, right? Just kidding. Bye-bye.
The sky is crying.